Welcome to Koco's Corner. I am the huge one, Dave Koco from KocoSports.com, KOCOSports.net. It takes you to the same place. It's where the world comes to cash, home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. This is our weekly Lucha Underground review, brought to you by Go Fuck Yourself, Donald Trump, and your apprentice. And as always, we ask you, win, loss, or tie, what did you think of the show? And I'm in love. And I know in August it ends, and there's two things to do. You can love as strong as you want till August and then mourn each other and think of the great times, or you could turn your back and be like, I always loved you, whore! Where are you going? To me, I'm just going to choose to love it. I mean, this is probably my favorite television show in America right now, hands down. So I'm giving it a huge win. It wasn't a perfect, but it was almost as close to a perfect as you can get. And no, I really, really enjoyed it. So please, down in the comments, put win, loss, or tie. I have 8,000 podcasts I got to catch up on, so let's break this down, shall we? It starts off with what I have the most questionable with. It has a girl who her parents were killed, and she wants revenge, and she gets kidnapped, and she's training the way of the platypus. It's like Batman meets Perry the Platypus meets Lucha Underground. And you know what? A lot of times, people all the time defend companies by like, oh, give it time. And normally you're like, no, it fucking sucks. Ken Anderson, Vince McMahon storyline, Vince McMahon's death, the fucking Dave Bautista. You know, you could just go on and on and on. And like, give it time. Aces and eights. I'm actually, with the track record they have, they're like 23, 24 shows in. And I've given like a tie twice, and one of those ties I completely regret. I think they've earned, all right, let's see where this goes. And this one wasn't too bad. She was training. It was done in a movie style. And she thinks she's ready to get revenge. But her master or her trainer, Mr. Miyagi, if Mr. Miyagi was in a giant if Mr. Miyagi was a giant man in a luchador mask, is like, you're not ready. So, you know, it's getting a little better. But I think this storyline, for me, is kind of the weakest, and I just think it's went too far. But everything else is so amazing that I'm going to say the dreaded words that people say. I'm going to give it time. I trust Lucha Underground enough to say, hey, I might not be on board with Batman's learning the way of the platypus. I might not be on board for that. But you know what? You've not failed at anything else, so I'm going to go. All right, so it starts off, you got Pentagon Jr. versus Sexy Star last week with Pentagon Jr. going to break the arm, and Sexy Star saves it. I mean, going to break the ring announcer's arm, and I really enjoyed that segment. So it's really interesting to see where this goes as far as Sexy Star coming out. The ring announcer was scared. When Sexy Star wins later, the ring announcer's very happy. And it was an enjoyable match and a believable match. It's hard to make women fight men look realistic in a genre where women have been basically punchlines. A punchline would be a step up. But I think they're doing a great job of it. They're not making it look, oh, look, she's invincible and the guy looks stupid. They're telling a great story. And Sexy Star's story is absolutely amazing. The commentary team was absolutely great. And Pentagon Jr. beat the hell out of her for I'd say 90% of the match. And basically she hits a lung blower and goes for the pin. The crowd goes nuts, and the ring announcer's in disbelief. The ring announcer's cheering for her. It's a great opening match. And I had a theory, but then I threw the theory out. Everyone's wondering who his master is. Some people say it's the boss. I think it's too simple. Some people say it's Conan. It would make sense to fucking screw over. But for a second there, I thought it might have been Vampiro. Because Vampiro's always talking about the dark side and stuff. And when he went to go save her last week, he was taking his sweet-ass time. So, I don't read spoilers. I'm sure if you read spoilers, you can find out. But I was like, is it Vampiro? But then Vampiro kind of like sold it pretty well. I'm like, all right. I feel like I'm like Scooby-Doo trying to crack the case here. But it was a decent opening match, and for a men versus women match, it wasn't insulting towards the women. It wasn't insulting to the men, and that is a hard task to pull off in this genre. So congratulations. Next, you have Johnny Mundo working out, and which you call it then Alberto El Patron, aka Alberto Del Rio, comes up and starts busting his balls about the loss, and the two have a bit of a standoff, talking shit. And they've been doing this for a while, but it seems to get more and more intense. And it had the line of the night. Johnny Mundo, aka formerly Johnny Morrison, John Morrison says, "I'm not one guy you could slap around." And I was like, "Oh shit, Bird! He just went there." They shot it. It shot it as always in the movie thing, and they were doing 360 camera, and it looked pretty damn good. And these guys could, well, especially Del Rio, he could probably be an actor. I'm like, holy shit, Del Rio, head to Hollywood, baby, make that big money. Bum, bum, bum. So it should be interesting to see where that goes. The announced team also advertised next week. It will be Prince Puma versus Drago, with the stipulation if Drago loses, he's out of Lucha Underground. Which, oh god damn you, boss man, for fucking for making it. That's the thing. And like, what I noticed is I'm always watching these shows like, oh, how can it be better? How can it be better? And they're delivering every friggin' week. So I just hope it continues this way till August. Still heartbroken. Fuck you, Donald Trump. Fuck The Apprentice. More Lucha Underground, baby. And now the Trios Championship. You got Cage, Tejano, King Corino versus Son of Havoc, Heverleys, Angelico, and also versus Big Rick, the Mac, and Killshot. The way it was each team had one guy in the ring. You can only tag in and out of your partners. And if you get pinned, you're eliminated. It's an elimination match. And there were some great spots. Cage did a backwards moonsault off the top rope. I thought that was amazing. I think, according to internet reports now, some people put a lot of stock in the internet. Some people are like, if it's on the internet, it's not true. They're like, okay, pump your brakes there, champ. But Iverly's, there's rumors that she was really hurt. So that kind of sucked, but hopefully she bounces back. But it was an amazing match. And not only that, they had one guy in the crowd, former WWE superstar, in the crowd start beating the shit out of Cage, and that got them distracted. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this, because I used to own a security company. I used to work security, and I also used to run a wrestling promotion. I'm just not a big fan of it. Everyone has a different thing. I'm not a big fan of staged fans attacking the wrestlers. Just because you don't know, is there alcohol being served there? You don't know how people are going to react. And a lot of people are so used to WWE and so used to, oh, well, there's riots don't happen. Like, no, they still happen. It still gets out of control sometimes. But that's just me being an old man going, hey, dude, no, you shouldn't have. But basically, Cage gets the fucking shit kicked out of him. Plus, it kind of makes it look bad. Even though it's a former WWE star who's playing the part of the guy beating the shit out of him, it's still like, dude, you just have a random guy beat the shit out of your machine, Cage. I don't know. I thought that was one of the downfalls, one of the nitpicks of the match. But while they're distracted, Cage, Tejano, and King Corino, I'm slaughtering all these names, I do apologize, are eliminated. And I didn't know who was going to win. I just knew this team was going to be in the finals. I was shocked by this elimination. And then it came down to Big Rick, the Mac, and Killshot versus who I'm calling the Mighty Ducks, the thrown together team. And I thought that this match was absolutely amazing. But Son of Havoc, his team does win. It goes on to the final. He wins, thinks they're the champions. Then Dario, a.k.a. the boss, comes out and says they aren't done yet. And they have to beat the crew in a no DQ titles for match. And, dude, let me tell you something. I fucking bought into this shit big time. And that's what I mean. Like, a lot of times people are like, oh, they worked you. You can be worked and the product can still be good. This was being worked and the product still being good. I hated the boss. I hated the crew. Because I like, even going into this tournament, there's like, oh, well, there's 3 teams in the finals. I was like, oh, well, the crew has to beat somebody. The crew's going to be in the finals. And then when the crew wasn't there, I was like, oh, maybe the fucking crew went off to fucking put in their applications at fucking Donald Trump's fucking A Wild Ride. I don't know, The Apprentice. So I was like, all right, I just fucking forgot about him. And he comes out and he says, you're not done yet. There's another team. And it hit me like it felt so good just to be a fan. It feels so good to watch a fucking awesome product that they care about, that they put effort into, that you like all members of the team. I just, there's few companies, ECW in its prime, a Lucha Underground, New Japan, where, yeah, they fucking work you, but you care about every fucking character. You care about every wrestler. And these are things that the national companies in America, I get on Lucha Underground's a national company, but TNA and WWE are totally fucking lacking. Totally lacking. And it's just, man, it was so fucking enjoyable. The crew comes out, and now, all right. Big Rick, let's have a conversation. I know you're listening, Big Rick. Don't fucking kayfabe me. You got your eye patch on, you son of a bitch. I know you're listening. Big Rick, with great eye patches comes great responsibility. I know you just lost the titles. I know you're heartbroken, but the crew is the one who burnt your eye out. And they're just going to get a fucking walk right into the finals because the guy who fucking had you jump. Where were you, Big Rick? With great eye patches comes great responsibilities. You know what, Big Rick? I've always hated you until you got the eye patch, and then I became a believer. But I'm gonna have to call you out on this one, Big Rick, as the president of the Big Rick Eye Patch Fan Club. What the fuck, kayfabe storyline-wise? You lose, you're like, oh, fuck, I lost. Oh, well, the better fucking team won. Oh, here's the guys that burnt out my eyes getting that fucking title shot that I busted my fucking ass for, and there's the guy who just fucking handed it to him. You know what, I'll just go in the back and have some fucking, I don't know, Coors Light. What the fuck, Big Rick? What the fuck is this bullshit, all right? I know we're living in a little kayfabe universe, but hey, let's enjoy it for a little bit. What the fuck, Big Rick? Big Rick, you know what? I used to hate you. Then you got an eye patch, and I became a Big Rick Mark. But Big Rick, you fucked up tonight, pal. You fucked up. But then they have the crew versus Son of Havoc and Helico and Everlease. There's a spot where Helico jumps from the office into the ring, and the camera's absolutely amazing. You can find it on Lucha Underground's Twitter. They got a GIF or a GIF of it, depending on what part of the world you live in. I don't know how that even became a thing, GIF versus GIF. But it was absolutely amazing. I know they did it earlier this year, jumping from the office to the ring. I think it was with Johnny Mundo, but the camera shot was either shitty or they botched it and covered it. This was just perfect and beautiful. And the fans got into it. And, dude, it was so fucking fun and exciting. And what the team I'm calling the Mighty Ducks, Son of Havoc, and Helico and Everlease, to fucking do it again. And, yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. The fans went absolutely crazy. They put it over like $1 million. And they become the first Lucha Underground Trios champion, which I really enjoyed. I actually really enjoyed this show. And you know what? It's such a relief because all the people who watch my Raws, my TNAs, like, oh, you're such a negative bastards. Watch New Japan. Watch Lucha Underground. New Japan is coming to beat Ring of Honor with English commentary. Please, if you think I'm a negative motherfucker, at least know why. Go watch Lucha Underground. Go watch it. And that is my style of wrestling. Athletes, great booking, caring about all the characters. And you know what? If you watch Lucha Underground and you watch the New Japan versus Ring of Honor pay-per-views coming up, because I know a lot of people only watch for pro wrestling with English commentary. If you watch those two events and you're still like, no, WWE is for me, then hey, we just like two different products. But just please give Lucha Underground a chance, give New Japan a chance, and Ring of Honor, they can hit a home run every now and then. Sometimes their television shows are hit and miss. But Lucha Underground, absolutely amazing, fun. And I'm going to say it now, and I know it's going to get me a lot of heel heat because everyone loves Jim Ross. Tonight, in my opinion, since Joey Styles has been gone for so long, Stryker is the best commentary, play-by-play man in the business. Period. End of story. I mean, it's funny because like when I watch other products, there's certain products. There's 3 products that I watch where I just turn off social media. I turn off Twitter, Facebook, the whole social media genre, and I just watch. Those 3 products is Dragon Gate, New Japan, and now Lucha Underground. It's just an absolute amazing product. And tonight, it just besides the opening segment and a fan beating the shit out of Cage, and granted, it really wasn't a fan; it was a wrestler, whatever. I just enjoyed it. I absolutely enjoyed it, and that's what I miss about pro wrestling. You know, I don't want. Trust me, I don't want to be that negative asshole. I fucking want to see great pro wrestling, and I know everyone has different styles. Everyone has different styles of wrestling, but I think there's too many people that think WWE success is their success, and they don't know what they fucking actually like. And please check out other alternatives. I plan on doing a Ring of Honor versus New Japan breakdown, review, early thoughts on that once they do the last card. And man, I'm just gonna keep falling in love with Lucha Underground. I really am. Hopefully they come back for season 2. It breaks my heart that it's coming to an end. It really does. All right, let's check out some live comments. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you for the 1 like. Let's see. Bam, bam, bam. Oops. There we go. Da, 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 da. Thank you, LK Reviews, as always, for retweeting us. Thank you for the likes on Facebook. Yeah, time zone's a little different, so I appreciate it. All right. Da, da, da. Fucking awesome main event. That dive. Wow. And it's absolutely amazing. I'm going to put the Twitter link down in the description so people can see it. But just go check out Lucha Underground's Twitter. Or you can check out ours, at Koco Sports. We retweeted it. It was absolutely amazing. Mr. Jason916 says the 2 best wrestling shows of the week are Underground and NXT, unlike TNA, Raw, and ROH. Yeah, I'm starting to really fall out of love with TNA. I really am. And I hate to be a dick since we're on a Lucha Underground show. I honestly think a part of the... Because TNA just does enough not to be bad, and their fans, I don't know, I'm not feeling the TNA fans. Just like, whatever, dude. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know. And as far as Raw goes, it's just pure fucking garbage. You beg them for like 1 or 2 good matches a thing. And ROH is hit or miss. And what I mean by ROH is their pay-per-views are usually money. Their combo shows with New Japan are money, but then that's also because New Japan is there. So I think Lucha Underground versus ROH television, Lucha Underground wins hands down. But ROH pay-per-views versus Lucha Underground Lucha Underground TV shows, I think is pretty close. ROH has some great moments on pay-per-view and some things in the spam. But boom, why you put Recaked Esquire into spam? Come on, you shouldn't do that, Google. Show some respect to Recaked Esquire, you son of a gun. A woman clean pins a man? Wow, what wrestling company is this? Yeah, welcome to Lucha Underground, my friend. Welcome to Lucha Underground. So let me see. Can I get back to where I was? Let's see. I apologize for the delay. All right. Gabriel Ramirez says, "Fuck you, Donald Trump, you son of a bitch. I've lived my whole life saying that. I grew up in Atlantic City. Fuck Donald Trump. Eating fucking pizza with a fork, son of a bitch." It was Tejano who got bitch slapped by Daivari, Dave, not Cage. I apologize. Thank you for the correction, sir. Gabriel Ramirez has corrected me that Tejano was the one that got bitch slapped by Daivari, not Cage. All right. Sorry, minus 1,000 for me. Thank you for being there for me, Gabriel. And it says Steve Carino is a good commentator too. Yeah, but I think he's color. Like I said this before. If you got iPay-per-views, if you have an iPay-per-view and you're like, hey, and let's say I knew nothing about your card, and you have Stryker and Carino, I'll buy your iPay-per-view straight up. Just take my money. I think Steve Carino is the best heel color guy, and Stryker is just the best play-by-play. And the way the show ended was absolutely amazing. So, boom, 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 boom. So there you go. Sorry about that. Got a message that had nothing to do with Lucha Underground. Why doesn't the real world know that I'm podcasting about Lucha Underground? You're gonna ask me tough questions. All right, I think that's it. So let's wrap this up. Overall, I thought it was a win. Down in the comments, put win, loss, or tie. I'm hoping to catch up on podcasts. I've been really sick and really busy, and it's been a bad combination. But I just went out of my way to watch Lucha Underground, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. So, all right, we're going to refresh this bad boy. 2 likes, 2-0, baby, 2-0. 2 likes, 0 dislikes. Hopefully we keep that up. And bam. All right, I think that's it for the live comments. And this is what happens when you do a show, probably like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I don't even know what time it is there in the States or in Western culture. All right, so from Tokyo, Japan, I am Dave Koco from kocosports.com or kocosports.net. It's where the world comes to cash, your home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Please like, comment, subscribe, go to kocosports.net, and I hope to be back soon and to catch up. I got to do NXT SmackDown, and I really want to start breaking down that Ring of Honor card because there's some really cool things about it and not so cool things about it. All right, with that, I